The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and sponsored by international award-winning author Mia Mosinzia of Missing. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 40 podcast platforms, as well as hamiltonradio.net, Diamonds FM, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We can be heard in over 100 countries, featuring over 1,000 well-known and amazing guests throughout the globe. And named one of the top 100 global podcasts in the New York Weekly Times, Hollywood Entertainment News, Los Angeles Weekly Times, Apple, and Chartable. So sit back and relax and enjoy another great episode of the award-winning Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosinzia Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. And backed by popular demand from Chicago, Illinois, renowned actress known for Kevin Can Wait, King of Queens, CSI Miami, Godsfool, and also Brennan on Netflix, and also owner of a amazing public relations firm in the Chicagoland area, and tells the story of resilience, transformation, and inspiration as her narrative unfolding as a tale of love and also lessons, wavering, determination, and more. Offers practical advice for individuals balancing career and personal, professional responsibilities. So we're going to go a little bit of different direction instead of some of her appearances, getting out the details, and also Kevin Can Wait, some comedy appearances, and also this wonderful lady will be providing top 5 tips for managing multiple practical professional pursuits and shedding light in the role of female entrepreneurs and all kinds of industries. So we're going to take a little bit of a turn here. Live, ladies and gentlemen, Plus Studios and somewhere in beautiful downtown Chicago, the renowned actress known for Kevin Can Wait, the King of Queens, CSI Miami, and also the owner of a public relations firm. And this is basically entitled Laura Orrico's Journey of Resilience, Balance, and Triumph. Ladies and gentlemen, backed by popular demand, the multi-talented Laura Orrico. Laura, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us once again.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for the warm welcome. My goodness, you really did your research. I'm honored. Thank you.
Well, it's great to have you on back board again. I mean, what was the last time we had, like 2-3 years ago, somewhere on there starting? And I mean, you've grown exponentially. I'll tell you, it's great.
Thank you so much. I think it had to have been about 3 years ago because I came on and I interviewed you. You had me guest host.
Mm-hmm. And of course, right. Yeah. And of course, you got the experience of a podcast host. I think I forgot to add that on. Thanks for the reminder. So
thanks.
and of course, yeah, of course, you're a renowned actress known for Kevin Can Wait, the King of Queens, CSI Miami, Godsfool on Amazon, and also Brennan on Netflix. And you also own your own public relations firm, and you offer a story of resilience, transformation, inspiration as the narrative, and which unfolds as a tale of love, lessons, wavering, and determination. And you also offer practical advice for individuals balancing caregiving, personal, professional responsibilities. And you're here to provide top 5 tips for basically managing multiple things, for entrepreneurs and more. And before we talk about that, give us an update to what's been happening ever since we talked.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks again. A lot has happened. The business is going to be 8 years old this coming April.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I started it in 2016, a year after my husband passed away, unfortunately. So I took the time to continue my acting career and then add something to my plate, an already full plate, but
you got to make room for dessert though. Still, you got to have dessert.
Exactly. So I decided I'd keep, obviously, the acting career. I'll always do that. I can work from here. I live in the suburbs of Chicago now, but I can travel where I need to be. I can work from here in Chicago, and I could balance it with the PR firm. So it's almost 8 years old. We represent high profile clients across the country, and it's very boutique. So we don't really take on more than we can handle. It's me and my assistant, and she's wonderful. And it's always been a 2-woman show. And we like to have that individualized, focused attention on our clients. So they become like family to us. become very close, and we really love what we do. It's very rewarding to see a smile on people's faces when we make great things happen for them, or, if they're an artist or an actor, or they're releasing a book or a film, to see a smile on their face and the great things and the return they see on our services and the work we do for them it's just wonderful.
And you also did a lot of work as well too, and you did work for Chef Casey Galpro, and well known for his restaurants, and you also had Jim Peterick from the Ides of March, and just all kinds of people on there.
Yeah, we've had celebrity chefs, we've had renowned restaurant owners like Casey, and he's become nationally recognized. He is recently named last year the chef ambassador for certified Angus beef.
Wow.
And they were awarded or named top steakhouse by
oh my goodness,
certified Angus beef. So, and they just celebrated 20 years with one of his restaurants. So Foxfire just turned 20 in December. And no, he's really, really doing very well. And so is our celebrity chef in Texas. He owns Bear Creek Smokehouse, and he's doing fantastically well. They just turned 80 years old back in the fall.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's some nice longevity. You don't see that a lot these days. And here we are with, like we were talking about before we went on air, is Made in America, and people in our country working really hard and keeping the importance of the faith and family and values and things that are so important, and sadly you don't see it as much and as well done as it is.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
because my clients, they're really wonderful people.
And of course, I was going to think about the whole restaurant thing. This is already making me hungry, talking about steakhouses and everything. So yeah.
For sure. Yeah, no, I know. And then we have Felicity. I think you had her on too. Felicity Nicole, our author.
Yes, She Is You. That's right.
She Is You, and specializing in midlife women, with her magazine and her coaching and everything that she does to help and coach women through midlife and help them to see that it's really not that bad, that you can continue living as you were and doing amazing things and just keep growing and strengthening yourself. And, it's so important, the things that some of my clients are doing. So it feels great to have such great people, because I learn a lot in so many different industries. I've learned a lot about the restaurant industry from having my restaurant and chef clients. I've learned a lot about films and filmmaking, which I was in that industry before, but it's really enhanced what we do to have our hands in a little bit of everything. And you develop that close relationship with your clients. And like I said earlier, keeping it small and boutique is what makes us different than most PR firms.
And certainly does as well too. And talk about acting and have everything on your plate, especially with the recent SAG actor strike and resolving. And has that affected your acting choices, roles, and everything like that after that's been resolved?
Yeah, with the 4 months that the strike went on, it was difficult, definitely, not having auditions. There was only a few contracted things that we were okay to do. And I did a few voiceover gigs. But yeah, it's affected it in a big way. But now that things are up and running again, some things were ready to go and it was a quick start. Some projects are taking a little longer to get up and running. A film that I had a small part in is delayed getting released due to timing. Certain times for certain genre films, you kind of want to wait for the timing to be right, either in line with what's going on in the news or the season or holidays and things like that. So because of that, some things have gotten delayed. But no, it's nice. It's nice to see people get back up and working and filming again, TV and film. And it feels good.
And certainly does too. And of course, speaking of feeling good, I thought about one of the guests I had on the show, one of your clients, Diane Scott, and of course, having, what was it? Was it pit bulls or something like that? So, I mean, there's a love for animals out there too. There's a lot of love for things.
Oh yeah, no, Diane is wonderful. All she does for, the pit bull community, she's very, very into what she's doing, and she's become very, very popular with what she does. The Tale of Two Pitties. She's got her Instagram page is going really well. And TikTok, she makes the most adorable videos. She recently lost one of her
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
They become like part of the family. So for her, that was very difficult and heartbreaking, but she's so good with them, and she's so good with teaching people all about pit bulls and the kind of the stigma that they have that comes with them.
Right. Yeah. And I feel attached to the pit bulls as well, too. Of course, we have a dog ourselves named Molly, Beagle Boxer, and being 5 years old and everything. But you got to have a love for dogs, just, no matter what it is, pit bulls, chihuahuas, beagles, or, German shepherds, everything like that. And of course, I think the big theme is, caring for loved ones, caring for pets, caring for yourselves and everything like that. And of course, you also offer practical advice for those balancing and the 5 tips. And what are they with the Laura Orrico? We'll find out just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@SonicWebStudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews, and Eve 11 enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Dwayne Cassie, Forbes Riley, and Minnows. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com or 40 podcast platforms. Heard in 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music. Also on Odyssey, BitChute, Rumble, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Also on Podbean, Pandora, TuneIn, and also follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and more. And make sure you take us with you on any mobile device. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. And support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We're here with the amazing, multi-talented Laura Orrico from Laura Orrico Public Relations here on the Mike Wagner Show, renowned for Kevincanwait, King of Queens, and more. And let's continue your journey of resilience, balance, and triumph. And you got some practical advice out there for those balancing, work, caregiving, and everything else. And I mean, you've done it yourself. And what are some of the advice that you give out there? And people going through some caregiving right now, and even some trouble themselves too.
Yeah, it's a hard time. It's really a different time, especially coming out of the pandemic. That really changed things and the dynamic with people and work and friends and family. The 5 tips that I give, very important things that I've learned from my experiences of owning a business, being a caregiver, a lot of loss I've dealt with in my life, from losing my father at a very young age to caregiving and then losing my late husband. Self-care, you have to start with yourself. So whether it's coming home at night and winding down, taking a bath, or going out, getting your nails done, or working out, men, this goes for men and women, whatever you can do.
Men getting their nails done? I've never heard of it.
Right. Go to the gym, get a massage.
There you go. Yeah.
But stuff like that is so important, because how can you care for someone else if you can't care for yourself? So it starts with you. You got to be healthy. You got to eat well, get rest, and all that stuff. And the other thing is having a good balance. To-do list. Get your things that are on your mind, off your mind, and onto paper. The things that keep you up at night. How we all sometimes will wake up in the middle of the night, you can't get back to sleep because your mind starts running.
That's happened to most of us, including yours truly. It's like, you got to pay the bills, got to feed the fish. What's happening to the dog? What's going on?
Right, exactly. So getting those things, I like to say, off your mind and onto paper. I keep a categorized to-do list. I have my personal stuff for my mom, because I caregive for her. She lives with me now. My business, my acting career, and just things for the house. So I have a to-do list for each category on paper. For me, having it on paper, a lot of people like it digitally, do what you want, whatever works for you. But for me, that's what works. So there's that aspect. And another tip I like to give is having things to look forward to. You know, whether it's planning a trip or something midweek to break up the work week, or having something on a weekend, book things, stay busy with friends and family. And having that social aspect is so important. Surrounding yourself with people that you have fun with and love and care about, and staying active. That's important too. So I enjoy line dancing. That's something I took on early on in the pandemic. So for me, it's been a wonderful social activity. I've met new friends. It's been great exercise, and I still do it. You know, for a while there, I was going to
amazing.
Now I go on Wednesdays religiously. It's my
I was going to say, I didn't know that was still existing. I thought that was still around the urban cowboy, you know, back in the day. And I think I'm trying to think, or Garth Brooks or anything like that. It's like, I'm still surprised that's still going on. I'm like, holy cow, I think Garth Brooks is still running through my head here. So
yeah, absolutely. Another thing is to remember that life is short. So don't wait to do the things you want to do. Again, it kind of goes back to having things to look forward to. So a lot of people will wait till they retire to travel. And my reason for sharing this is I did lose my husband very young. He was diagnosed with a brain tumor at 31.
Wow.
And passed at 39. So many people wait till they retire, or they wait for money, or they wait. Everyone's always waiting for everything to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Got to do it now. Now is the time. While you're young, travel, see things, get out there and do things. I can't tell you how important that is. And then my other thing is, it's important to go to bed at night feeding your brain with healthy stuff, not watching the news, negative stuff on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
All these negative articles and things like that. Feed your brain something positive. You'll sleep better. You'll have better dreams. You'll wake up feeling happier. It'll be easier to fall asleep. It stops your mind from racing. So I'd watch anything. Old sitcom reruns are my favorite. I Love Lucy, Seinfeld.
Oh
Three's
yes,
Company.
that's right. Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah, I Love Lucy, Beverly Hillbillies. Let's see, what are some of the things I would watch? How about Tonight Show with Johnny Carson? That's
I
always
used
a
to
blast.
love that as
yes,
a kid.
yes, and I've emulated Johnny Carson for quite some time. What was it? Gizmo the Magician? And I think there was also, oh my gosh, it's been a long
the psychic
time. Yeah.
I forgot what his name. Yeah, I forgot what he called himself, but yeah, he did some funny characters. No, he was great. I remember as a kid watching that, and I loved the theme song before I would go to bed at night. I think maybe that's where I got the whole watch something funny or do something positive before you go to bed thing, was listening to the theme song of Johnny Carson and the start of the show before I go to sleep. My mom didn't make me have a super early bedtime, so when Johnny Carson will come on after the news at 10:30, I'd watch the first few minutes before I'd have to go to sleep.
Listen for the theme song, then you go to bed. It goes, yeah, that was funny. Now Ed McMahon says, now I'm going to talk about my children, the sweepstakes. Now time for you to go to bed. Now back to Johnny.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I loved him. Yeah, those are the good old days. But so many things that you can do. You know, those are just a few tips of mine that worked for me with all I've been through, because now I'm balancing my business full time. I'm still acting and modeling and doing voiceovers, and I caregive for my mom full time. So last year, you were asking earlier what I've been up to. I sold my townhouse. She sold hers. And I bought us one big house together. So there's space for her that's handicap accessible. I have a nice big office here that you could see I'm sitting in.
Yes, it is. And it looks amazing as well, too. And I could see you putting a few more things in there, too. That's probably a to-do list. Put more things in there so I do look busy. So
Right, exactly. I got Olivia at her desk sitting next to me. She's wonderful.
Oh, okay. Well, can you point the camera over to Olivia right now? And
I do that.
we can all say hello, so we can do that. So
She looks beautiful. Look at her.
okay, all right. We're gonna say hello to Olivia Orrico. Hello, welcome to the Mike Wagner Show.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Welcome aboard.
We're trying to stay warm in this ice and snow and crazy weather, but yeah, we work side by side. She's got her desk and set up right next to me, and it's great. And we get along so well. We laugh all day. We have a good time, right, Olivia? We have so much fun together.
I thought we caught her having a little coffee or trying to sneak out for lunch or something.
No. She's amazing. She's got the perfect work ethic. She's very hardworking, very organized, and she's like, oh, she's great.
And I think that's determination. That's determination right there. And what are some other advice you can offer for determination, balance, and everything else? What's some of the other advice you can offer, especially during a crisis like this here?
Yeah, staying organized. I think that's so important, really, again, going back to the balance thing, but staying organized, knocking things off your to-do list, prioritizing, reprioritizing, not procrastinating. Sometimes there's things we do have to bump to the bottom of our to-do list, and that's okay. And you got to shift up priorities, whether something breaks in the house or there's a little work emergency, something you have to handle for a client. But staying up on everything, but giving yourself time, being able to, sometimes I'll work extra hard so I could take a day off. It's very hard to take a day off when you own a business, when you're wearing
right, exactly. Or if you're freelancing, gig, and everything like that. And of course, nowadays, like, having a 40+ hour work week, typical business, it's pretty much gone too. And of course, you got the change in work culture too. It's you got freelance, and you got small business owners, and people taking up a number of gigs at a number of time. And the 40-hour work week is pretty much gone. It's like, now I got gigs and trying to balance that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's times where I have to record a voiceover from my home. I have a system upstairs that I use, my recording system. That is wonderful. It's great. I can do it from home. It's been like that with voiceover for years. Nowadays, with regular auditions for on camera, you can self-tape at home, which is great too. But during the pandemic, I recorded an audiobook that I did
nice.
a good chunk of, and it was for David Zucker and his brother. They wrote a book about the making of the movie Airplane.
Oh my gosh, I remember that movie. Yeah, you can call me anything, just don't call me Shirley.
Right. Exactly. So I'm in the audiobook doing some of the readings of different characters. What a blast. What an honor to work on that. David and I became very good friends after working on a project of his back in 2009. And we've been great friends ever since. So it was such an honor to be asked to be in that audiobook. And
oh my gosh,
it's a movie that was so iconic and still one of the top comedies of all time, and one of my favorites when I was a kid. We had a taped off TV. I used to rewatch it on a VHS tape.
I remember the VHS.
Older,
yes.
right. And as I got older, I saw it on the regular version that we rented from Blockbuster, and I realized how many parts I didn't see that weren't on TV.
Oh my gosh, Blockbuster, boy, that is a flashback from way back when. Living in Chicago was a Blockbuster, like, on every corner, even right by your house. You go to McDonald's, there's a Blockbuster, gas station, a Blockbuster.
Oh,
or you're even going to oh gosh, you even go like a Sears or a department store. There's a Blockbuster right there. So
yeah. Exactly. I miss that. I miss going to the video store. I enjoyed that. I have a little movie room in my basement, and it's like a mini Blockbuster because I still have all my DVDs and Blu-rays, and obviously that's going away, but I like it. So I have a whole wall of my movies, kind of like Cameron Diaz's character in the movie Holiday. So she has this whole wall of movies because she's a film editor. So my room is kind of like that down there, and I love it. So I pretend I'm going to Blockbuster, pick out a movie. I just don't have to worry about driving back and returning it.
Now, do you still have her card with you? You can return yourself?
Right. Actually, right. Laura Buster.
Yeah. Laura Buster. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I think you can start your own sketch or start your own, start whatever. Laura Buster. I like that one.
Thank you. Thanks. People can come to the house and rent a movie.
Oh, there you go. And of course, you can have it at a library. You can slip $1 in, or you can just say, you can pay through PayPal. It's perfectly okay. So
right. Yeah, times have changed.
And I think it has some really great ideas too. And of course, and just one more thing, what else can we expect from you in 2024 and beyond, Laura?
Yeah, so I have produced a TV pilot for one of my clients that I can't talk about yet because right now it's in the we have a shopping agreement with a well-known production company trying to assist in helping me get it picked up for us, different networks. So really hoping that takes off in 2024. And then this film that I worked on the summer before last that was supposed to come out. I'm hoping that comes out soon. Lots of exciting things for our clients. Felicity just released a magazine, so we're in the middle of that. And then I'll be in an issue of her new She Is You magazine. I think
Nice.
it's coming out in March. So I just did my interview and my photo shoot for that last week. That was a lot of fun. I am the third vice president of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans that's based here in Chicago. So it's
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a great organization. It's all of the Italian organizations around Chicago that come together for one big joint organization. So it's an honor to be a part of that. So I'm going into my second term this year.
Nice.
And that's it. But lots going on. There's always something.
And of course, you still get to speak with your hands, you know that, and of course, you don't blame the Godfather. Why? You wanted to ask why we enjoy ourselves. There's no why. So
that's right.
So we got all that here, and of course, just one more thing. What's the other best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
If you're a caregiver, how about that? I haven't given much advice on that yet. It's on this show. So let's say, whether you're caregiving for family at home or, having to stop in on a family member and check on them, do things that make them happy. Like I try to get my mom out, spend time with her, take her out to dinner, do fun things with her. And if they can't leave the house, just finding things that they enjoy, whether it's playing cards or just having people over, some sort of good distraction, especially when they're not feeling well. I noticed with my mom, she's had some rough days because she's one of the few people in the world that has both MS, multiple sclerosis, and Parkinson's disease.
Oh, wow.
So she's got some symptoms that nobody's been able to figure out how to treat. We've tried everything. So I've noticed when she's distracted and having fun, it's off her mind.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a better mood and feels better. So doing that is important if you're a caregiver, and making time for yourself too.
And of course, if people are looking for caregiving right now, what's the most important thing to look for as well too? That should be one more thing before I wrap up.
If people looking for a caregiver, do you mean?
Or a facility or anything like that.
Really get to know the people, and it's very expensive, and they don't make it easy. You can't get help or assistance through the government unless you're broke. So, somebody like my mom, who was really good with her money and saved, to get her into a facility if we needed to is $100,000 to $200,000 a year. So, and even caregivers are expensive. They're a minimum of $25 an hour. And who can afford that? If you add up those numbers, 2 hours a day is almost 20 grand a year. It's hard. So you really, it's a shame. So you got to make the most of everything. Really look into the people you're hiring. If you do have to hire someone, if you're going to a facility, get to know the people, take your family member there, make sure they like it, make sure they feel comfortable, make sure the people are interacting with them in a good way, that their response time, if they need something, that they're not going to be just left sitting there, that they're kept clean.
Yes, important.
All those things are very important. And always communicate. If you're a caregiver, always communicate with your patient, your family members, doctors. You're their best advocate. Everyone thinks the doctors and the nurses know everything. No, you got to do your part. You got to do your research, because you're the one that knows your family member the best. You got to be on top of all the medications, understand what they do, what they're for. Got to have a good understanding. Some people leave it all to the medical professionals, and which is great. I mean, obviously that's what they do, but you've got to know your stuff too, because it helps them. It helps the doctors and the nurses. So understand the medications. Don't just take something and not read about it, not learn about it, not know the generic name, the brand name, know what it's for. You got to know all that stuff.
And very importantly, and of course, you know what they said, the best medicine is?
What's that?
Laughter.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
There you go. And it also made me come to a point as well too. And I don't know if you ever got to watch Patch Adams, and I was watched it with Robin Williams, the critics panned it, but I watched it and I said, that was a great story. And the story behind was that the medications went down and the children actually got better, and they were out of the hospital almost like, half the time they were scheduled to.
Yeah, it's true. It's going back to that distraction and increasing your dopamine levels, and just being able to have fun. Like you look at somebody who's on an adrenaline high, or they've gotten really injured or seen something traumatic. Like for me, my husband, I hurt my finger really bad the night he had a seizure.
Ooh.
I didn't even feel it. My finger was bleeding. I didn't even know it till I got to the hospital because of the adrenaline and the distraction. So there is something to be said for mind over matter and laughter, like you said.
There you go. And of course, always watch the Tonight Show.
Yes.
There you go. And that is the best solution and all. And keep us up to date, Laura, and everything else. We're here with Laura Orrico from Laura Orrico Public Relations and the journey of resilience, balance, and triumph here on the Mike Wagner Show. Laura, it's great to have you back on. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, what's your website and how do people contact you?
Great. Thank you. My website is www.lauraorrico.com, and my PR firm is www.lauraorricopr.com. You could find me everywhere on social media under Laura Orrico and Laura Orrico Public Relations. That's everything.
I will certainly check that out. Once again, Laura, it's great to have you back. A very big thank you for your time. You're always amazing. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. Wish you all the best. And Laura, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you, Mike. Great talking with you. Thanks for having me.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show. Brought to you by international award-winning author Mia Mohsen-Zia of Missing. And powered by Sonic Web Studios. Be sure to join us again on over 40 podcast platforms. And of course on the MikeWagnerShow.com, HamiltonRadio.net, and Diamonds FM. Don't forget to support our program with a generous donation at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Thanks for listening.